Hi, my name is Kristen Husted and my business is Well Balanced. I run a healthy, holistic wellness business that deals a lot with bringing people back into alignment, body, mind, and spirit. So physical injuries, emotional injuries, which usually go hand in hand, and then the spiritual component of bringing them back into the wholeness of who they are. I want to tell a story of a client who I've been seeing for years. And again, all my clients give me permission to tell their story because they are so powerful. So she had been seeing me for years just with emotional releases and fascial stretch and things like that. Recently, we've been doing more Reiki, which is Rei is God's knowledge and Ki is life energy. So we're asking God to come down and do the healing. So around this time of year is really stressful for her because she lost a daughter about 20 years ago. And her daughter died of cancer. In those 20 years, without fail, my client has given her time and her resources to Children's Hospital here in Phoenix to provide presents for Christmas for cancer children who are in the hospital and families who don't have money to really adequately support their children during this time. So she has a huge heart for helping cancer children and families. So in particular, she came to me the other day and she was feeling very emotional about this time of year as she starts to ramp up and start to be the person who's gathering people and resources together to help these children in Phoenix Children's Hospital have a beautiful Christmas and have a place to go to. Sometimes she's even just getting money for people's rent and for food for them. So she said she was feeling really angry and she was just being grumpy to everybody and she didn't like how she was. But she said, I said, well, dig a little deeper. What is going on? She goes, well, this is the time where I feel a little emotional. I'm okay with, I feel at peace, never okay, right? She goes, I feel at peace with my daughter's passing. But where I get really, really sad is seeing all these children suffer now and their parents don't have the resources to help them. Pay for the medical bills, pay for food, pay for anything for them. And I said, so really, I told her, you're really starting to connect this lashing out to people at this time of the year to really a deep-seated sadness that you have kind of for humanity. And I said, what a beautiful thing. You're starting to open up. You're really starting to bloom and be aware of where your energy and where your emotions are coming from and how you use them inappropriately sometimes amongst the people you love the most. But really, she is at a place where she wants to own that. And I just thought it was so beautiful because isn't that what we all want? We want growth. So I said, let's set the intention, or you set the intention in your heart. I always let people set the intention. I said, but maybe you want the intention to release some emotion. And again, don't tell me what you want. Set the intention in your heart. Let's go ahead and do the fascial stretch therapy with the intention of letting go of emotion. And then the Reiki as well for healing. So I said my little prayers, she said her little intentions in her heart, and then we started. And as we're going, I'm just feeling like, yeah, your back pain is really emotional. And I said, it feels like it's really, really, really deep emotion. Like it's not just what you're going through right now. It has some deep roots to it. So breathe through, let's let it pass, just allow it to come through. And we were doing some other stuff. And then I feel the presence of her daughter, like massively strong, the daughter who passed away 20 years ago. And I just it was such a strong presence. And she was saying to me to tell to my client, Mom, I am so proud of you. Mom, you are a mighty warrior. You have taken the most difficult task possibly to a mother on earth is to lose your daughter and then turn around and use that to help others. And I am always by your side. And I am always right there with you as you go with each child, as you meet with each family. I am there with you. And this message is coming through and I'm like, I started tearing up because if anyone knows me, I don't make this stuff up. That's not my wheelhouse. My wheelhouse is just to be a vessel to open up to whatever divine messages my clients need. And I really have worked hard to clear myself to become just empty so that I can hear. And so she starts crying and I'm just tearing up. And I said to her, this is not coming from me. Your daughter energetically is standing right by your side. I can see her, I can feel her holding your hand, saying, Mom, great job. You and I together, she was telling her mom, are doing this together. And we have, and she was saying, Mom, you've been so consistent, and Mom, you are such a warrior. And this particular client of mine has the daughter that passed away was adopted, but all of her children are adopted. And then the message of, you were brought to this earth to be the mother of these, it's giving me chills right now, of these children who had no mother. And you have stepped up mightily. She is the biggest love to all our children. And it has not been easy. And yet she sees past, and her wisdom has grown so much. She sees past their wounds and their hurts from their own childhood traumas. And it made me realize that this life we have is so much bigger and so much deeper than we allow ourselves to see. And if we can step back and look at the bigger picture and look at almost like we're watching a movie, like, don't get so involved in your human experience. I mean, the human experience is beautiful. I mean, that's why we were given. It's a gift. I mean, it's a blessing to be here. But to step back and see ourselves as a soul living in a body instead of a body with a soul. See ourselves as a soul living in a body. And then you can rise up and you can see deeper and bigger than you ever thought you could. And ask for help. Ask for help. That's my biggest message that I'm getting from God, from the angels on the other side, and from past loved ones on the other side. Ask for help for your highest good and the highest good of those around you. Don't think this life is for you to live only in the struggle and only what you think you can do. Because this 3D earth, this physical earth, is very limited, right? But what we have beyond that is unlimited. And so I just loved that my client got to hear the message that she took one of the deepest, darkest times of her life and has walked consistently in giving back to those who are exactly in the same boat as she is. What greater blessing on herself, what greater blessing on humanity could that be for us to give back the very things that we struggled with ourselves? And so for me, that is why I'm doing these videos. For me, that is why I have my business. I have suffered as everyone on earth has. I have struggled as everyone on earth has. I just told myself, no more. Like, no more just keeping that in. I am in a place, in a season of my life where I can give back. And I always tell God, like, it's your life, not mine. Use me as you will for the highest good of myself and the highest good of those around me. Sometimes I get scared because I'm like, but I don't want to suffer too much anymore. That's my selfish desire. But I am willing to go through anything in order to serve in the highest good, and so is my client. And I tell these stories again just to start dropping seeds of thought into people, to open your eyes to the wonder and mystery of life, open your eyes to the divine guidance we have, and walk in the newness of who you truly are as a soul living in a body. Have a great day.